Well, let's start rolling right into this. Maybe in like not a creepy way.
Yeah, I'll have to do it with my wife in the room. You could be eating a box of Eggos every single day.
With maple syrup and bacon. Roll out of bed. I just comb my beard, brush my teeth.
I don't even do half of that. Kissing babies and signing checks.
Oh, writing checks.
Breaking necks. Breaking necks. Okay, bro.
Yeah, go down, bro.
You want to just start over again?
Let's do it all.
Okay.
Welcome to the PM&A podcast.
What's up, guys? What's up, world?
What's up, Earthlings?
Guys, girls, people of the world,
And everybody in between.
welcome to the PM&A podcast.
Home of smooth jazz.
And beards and funny things and all things in between.
And more jazz. So we would like to kick this thing off with the Bearded Lumberjack, our newest sponsor to the podcast. He is giving a promo code to all you hip, cool cats for 15% off of anything off the site-wide. Head down to and up.
Head down, head up, head sideways, head left.
Get on up.
Get on over.
Get on whenever. So head down to the Bearded Lumberjack, his website. You can get there from his Instagram account as well. And click on just about anything you're looking for. He's got beard balm. He's got beard oil, lots of beard oil, and his new face lotion. The beard oil is the tobacco and leather, Cubans and cognac, old fashioned. I think he's got a couple more on there as well. And the face lotion now, he has black amber, saddlewood, and the cedarwood peppermint. Just jump on there, guys. His product is all Canadian sourced. It is amazing product. I use it myself on my beard. You know, keeps it nice, keeps it healthy, looking nice. Because the last thing you want to do is walk around looking homeless, especially now, you know, when we only have so much time when your face isn't covered up nowadays. So get on down there and hook yourself up.
Get on down. Get on up.
Hook yourself up with some great beard product.
Man, he does a good job. We also want to talk to you about the wonderful gentlemen and ladies who run Wavemaker Brewery in Cambridge, Ontario, which is located at 639 Laurel Street, if you didn't know. They are a craft brewery, and they make amazing brews. They have a patio outside right now for people to hang out and go get some brews. And right now, we are in Phase 3 in Ontario, so that means we're allowed to go into the tap room again.
They've tapped into it again.
We've tapped into it again. Mind you, when you walk into the business, like all our businesses in Ontario right now, Southern Ontario, Phase 3, you must be wearing a face mask. Don't be a weirdo who doesn't wear a face mask. Wear the face mask for 5 minutes, order your beer, and then of course you can take the mask off because you're drinking your beer, you weirdo. Wear the mask for 5 minutes. That's all we're asking you to do.
Don't fuck up Phase 3,
guys. Wavemaker also has the option, if you don't want to go out, if you're still hiding in your bunker and you want someone to just bring you your beer, head to the online store. They accept e-transfers, they accept credit card, and they deliver all over Ontario. They also have curbside pickup, so you can come over to the brewery. You can pre-order it. Mm-hmm. You can go, hey, I'm outside. Can you bring me my beer? I don't want to touch or talk to people because I don't want to wear a mask.
Because I listen to smooth jazz.
Yeah. So head on down to Wavemaker. Right now there are so many options to get your beer, and they do such a lovely job in Cambridge, Ontario. Get off your ass
and fill up your glass with smooth jazz.
Guys, Wavemaker Beer is just one of our favorites, and they are a sponsor, and they do such a good job. We also want to talk to you about something close to home, something close to our hearts. We had a guest on a little while ago. His name is Chris Van Dyke, and Chris recently had a baby girl. And Chris has been thinking about it and working hard, and he is quite the athlete.
He's the guy that eats trees.
No, he doesn't eat trees. He plants trees.
Oh, plants trees.
But what he wants to do is he's starting a little campaign for female education. So Chris is starting this thing called 1,000 Steps for Charity, and this is Chris's fundraiser for girls' education. So what it is run by a company called CamFed, which is Campaign for Female Education. Women are the most important thing in the world, and people are afraid of smart women because women are the smartest people in the world. In third world countries, females do not have the option to go to school, but this organization is helping promote education in third world countries by giving money and funds and providing funds. If you look at the website for CanFed, there's amazing stories and there's amazing documentation. It is such a wonderful charity. And over 94% of the profits actually go into the charity. They don't keep a lot of the funds themselves. So Chris Van Dyke, on September the 5th, starting at 6 a.m., is going to walk over 100,000 steps.
Dear God.
Has anyone ever tried walking 1,000 steps or 500 steps or has one of those cool step trackers on their hands? Yeah, good luck.
I walk out to the car and I'm pissed.
Yeah, I pissed all the time. So anyway, but Chris is doing a charity. He's going to walk 100,000 steps on September the 5th starting at 6 a.m. and his goal is $500. He wants to raise $500 in one day for CamFed. The ways that you can kind of donate directly is you can go to the link for Chris's Facebook, basically his Facebook.
Is it just Facebook?
Well, no. So you can go to CamFed on the actual website and you can donate money. But if you want to support it, it's pretty easy. You go to his Facebook page where the charity event is set up. You click on the donate button and donate a lump sum. But if you also want to raise the stakes, Chris is going to give people an option. You can direct message him on Facebook or his Instagram, and you can give the option of how many steps he actually does in the day. You can give him, like, let's say, for instance, if you want to give him 10 cents per so if you want to give him 10 cents per 1,000 steps, it ends up being about $10 for the whole day up to $100,000. So if you want to give him 50 cents per 1,000 steps, it's $50 for the day. So you have that option to kind of say, hey, I'm going to base it off of how many steps you actually do in the day. I'll give you money then, or you can do it through a lump sum. You basically, we will put up in the link in one of our bios for Chris's his Facebook page, but also we'll let you guys know in the upcoming weeks of when it's going to be happening. But his goal is $500, and it's 100,000 steps, and I think it's pretty amazing, and we want to be involved in it. So
100%. Like, we all came. Like, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for women. So.
Exactly, and like education is so important.
Yeah.
And, I recommend everyone go to the camfed.org page, do a little bit of reading on it.
Can you spell that, Jeremy?
CAMFED.org, and that's the website for the charity. Get some information. But we will put a link in the bio for Chris's Facebook page where the charity event is being set up. Thanks, guys. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 50. We are live.
Live again.
Oh, my gosh.
Again. Oh, look at him jumping.
Number 50. Isn't that awesome?
50 podcasts.
Can't believe it. We've done it. We have made it. I don't know, we're going to still make it, but.
Have you, did you go back and listen to any of our beginning ones?
I listened to the first two ones. The first two podcasts where we had like the iPhone with the garbage audio.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Oh, that's great audio. Coughing into the microphone.
Yeah. Sounds like the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the originals.
Sounds like
so, guys, we are live on Instagram this episode. We've done this before. We had a good time doing it last time. So we're just seeing people coming in and out of the chat room, people leaving the chat room, things like that. We're also recording the video. I hope the video doesn't kick out. Like, I hope it stays on there. But anyway, guys.
Yeah, it's all good.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for listening to the first 50 podcasts. If you have been a fan that far, that's pretty awesome. We appreciate all our listeners. We appreciate everybody hanging out, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, cooling. People are waving. What's up, Bearded Lumberjack Steve-O? What's up, my brother? So, guys, like I said, Ernie we're saying thanks for listening to those first 50 podcasts, but we've gone through a lot.
They were a rough one, and I can understand why they're like, I'm not listening to those first 5. Like, the audio was kind of
Yeah.
And like we would interview people. Like, I listened to the very first one, the guest where we had like Dan.
Yeah.
We would interview them, but it really wasn't an interview. We'd be like, so like making pipes, how does that work? And he's like, yeah, like I would buy the wood. I'm like, yeah, I used to buy wood as a kid.
Our skills were not there.
Yeah.
The skills for interviewing were not there.
We would answer the question that we asked. It was kind of, I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh, this is so cringe.
Yeah, it just was like we were just figuring it out. Like it's like a bird learning to fly. You know, it's like a bird flying in the sky. You know, and I remember, was it like, so our first couple guests was like Dan. The people, if you haven't heard that episode, go back to number 3 and listen to Dan chat about piercings and whatnot, and
suspension.
And then it was like episode 3 or 4. I'm gonna get it mistaken.
Mike.
Yeah, we had Mike Cascanet came on, And then the one episode, Ernie smoked a joint for the first time live on air.
Man, that was rough.
Yeah.
I was going through them. We were going to do something fancy for this, but we decided to go live because I think it's more interactive, and I like it. We get to see you guys, get to see some faces. But it was it was rough. Like the whole podcast, I'm like, no, don't laugh.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Bearded Lumberjack.
How do we get people to come on?
We have to invite them, so click on them. Bearded Lumberjack, you guys, we'll invite you on. Just wait 1 sec. Jeremy's going to click on your name on the screen. Yes, you can do that on the
Okay, hang on. Unless you keep reminding us of that. Oh, no, sorry, Mom. Sorry.
It was just once, Mom, I promise.
This
No.
Oh.
Don't do that. So, no, Jerry.
Go live?
Yes.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
I already asked him. I've already arranged this already.
Oh, wow. You already got this set up.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty rough. Like, it was just me. I can remember it. Like, I can remember it. I also remember me, like, going, everything's so slow.
Yeah, you started to fall into, like, an abyss. That was,
And the worst part was, Jer, I can't open my eyes. Please don't leave me.
It's like,
I remember.
It's not
I listened to the podcast. I was like, don't leave me.
It's not that dark. It wasn't. You weren't going to a dark place.
No.
You were just kind of like.
But I definitely did way too much.
Yeah. What's up?
Going on,
What's up,
Mighty
the Mighty Q? What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, I definitely did way too much, and it because I could hear it in the mic, like I was because we were using an iPhone at that time.
What's up, brother?
It was me just basically going, I don't think I'm doing this right.
Yeah. So Dan was pretty. I think. What's the word? Not conservative with the amount of. Here comes the thumbs down. He's unable to join.
Okay.
So Dan was pretty not conservative the amount of marijuana you were smoking in that first time. So, but you learned a hard lesson that night, didn't you?
I did. I learned that.
Not that you didn't want to do it.
I don't want to do it again. That's what.
That's what you learned. So, and then we just kind of like continued with podcasts. Like, who else? We had like Mike Castanet.
We had Mike. We were talking about him, and he was having that charity.
Oh yeah, and he went to. We talked about his escapades in Dubai. We talked about all that fun stuff when he was like living in there. And then we started getting into like kind of more guests, like cooking with Clint.
Yep. Cooking with Clint, and then we also had Tony.
Yeah.
Tony from Barber Pole & Co. That was a really funny podcast. It was like informative, especially to hear the other side of the barber chair, right? Like to hear like how he sees almost your life's progression because he sees you like every, for me it's once a month. Once a month and a half. For you, it was, I don't know how often you were going, about every 2 months?
Yeah, about 2 months, because I was just doing my beard, and then once in a while he'd shave my head, but...
And he was talking,
He's also just a cool guy to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tony is just a really rad guy with really unique experiences.
But he has good back and forth because he sees people every day, so he's, like, in that industry, right? So,
I really like how, in the first couple of podcasts, we had, like, really interesting, like, people that were, like, had, like, businesses. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Red Eye Cafe. That was a really good one. I don't know if anybody's listened to that one, but if we go way, way back.
Yeah, that is
Red Eye Cafe, which is a cool... Sorry, I missed the invite. Haha, I know nothing about this. Do you want us to send you another invite, my man? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, he's looking for a place not to annoy his wife, he said.
Oh, what's up, Neville? How's it going, man?
What's going on, buddy?
Nice to see you, buddy.
So send it again.
I will. So anyway, Ernie,
no. He was...
out of the first maybe like 10 podcasts, what was your first podcast?
The very first podcast?
No, out of the first 10, what was your favorite?
My favorite so far was the very first one because I really wanted to do it. Because it was. I remember how we had said. I'm not going to repeat the story because I know everybody's heard it a million times. There he is.
Dude?
But it was.
Oh, we got no audio from him. What do you think?
It should be.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
You can hear us.
I got no audio, man.
I'll go. It doesn't.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
You have to turn up the gain there.
Yeah, I got it.
How's it going, man?
No, not bad. You guys?
Not too bad.
Ernie and Birded. Welcome to the 50th podcast, dude.
Thanks. I'm exhausted. I was telling Ernie I wasn't sure I was even gonna.
Oh, jeez.
No, I appreciate you keeping your eyes open for a couple minutes. So
thanks, Neville. Thanks for the shout out for the 50th podcast, brother. We're gonna have you on this year. Come on. Talk about being a vegan.
Yeah, let's not talk to
Anyway,
the guy that we've got
anyway,
live.
sorry,
the guy
brother.
that's nice enough
Sorry,
to keep
man.
his eyes open.
People are just
Jeez.
shooting us messages.
Horrible.
So-
It's like back to the start again.
Dude, how's being a
How's business?
yeah,
How's business?
how's being a wooded lumberjack? Bearded lumberjack.
A wooded lumberjack.
Sorry, I'm tired too.
Sorry,
We're all
one of
tired
the
too.
sponsors.
Yeah, one of our sponsors can't get the name right.
Jesus.
No, it's been honestly nothing crazy lately. I got the hoodies in. That
Oh,
was
nice.
kind of cool. But they cleared out pretty quick. Got like 2 left, so that's not so bad.
So now that the Pentagon, sorry to interrupt you, but now that the Pentagon has announced that aliens do exist, have your T-shirts been selling out?
Oh, like the art ones that I've been
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
The one design I did with like Sasquatch and the alien and everything. That one's been doing pretty well actually. I got prints and stickers for that one too. I actually have stickers on the way with Michael Myers from Halloween and Sam from Trick or Treat. I did like a half and half thing.
Oh yeah.
The place I got stickers from had a really good deal, and I didn't want to miss out, so I decided to get some.
Yeah, you're big on Halloween, eh?
Yeah, I love Halloween. Halloween and Christmas, actually. Actually, I've got a bunch of like my horror pops and whatnot behind
Oh,
me.
jeez, man, earning and burning.
Wow. What do you? What's your tradition for Halloween? What do you like to do? Like, are you? Like, I know the area you're in, you might get a little bit more kids than say like where we grew up, kind of thing. Like, do you get quite a few where you are?
So we've only been living here for, I think this will be our 3rd Halloween.
Well, yeah, you guys are in that new subdivision, right?
No, we're in the older area. We're right
Okay.
across the street from the pool.
Yeah.
But last year it rained, and we only got like, I don't know, 60 or 70 kids.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the year before, we probably got like 150 or something in
Yeah.
comparison to everything else we lived where we maybe got 15. It was huge,
Mm.
and we loved it. But this year, our little guy's old enough to go get me some candy.
There you go.
Yeah,
He'll
there
be
you go.
What do you?
So-
what do you think they're gonna do this year? Do you think you're gonna be allowed to go door to door?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on what happens over the next month. I'll probably
I
late
hope-
September.
I really hope things open up. I love Halloween.
You know what I think people
They
should
can't. They can't cancel Halloween. They're not going to be like, "Hey, everybody, Halloween's canceled." Like, we gotta adapt. We gotta have to adapt, people. We need to have Halloween. Like, that's
do?
like.
Well, here's the problem.
People are
So-
going to wear masks.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right. But the problem is though, is if you make like some people like they like to go out,
Yeah.
but you leave out the community bowl, right? You can't do that
Why not? It's individually wrapped.
because all you. But here's the thing. So I was gonna say you can't leave out the community bowl for everybody's kid to run in, grab their, lick their hand into the bowl, right into their face, and then whatever they go to the next one because their hands already
Dude,
been in their face.
nobody's
hang on.
eating candy when they're
Hang on.
walking around. They wait till they get home. What kind of rules are you playing with?
That's how I roll. So, you know, you grab one and then you move to the next one. So now you're you know into your mouth because you eat a couple. You know, because I always let Chloe or Hartley have a couple when they're walking around. So here's
Oh,
what I'm saying is
okay.
everybody's gonna have to go and get themselves some barbecue tongs, and then they can reach into the bowl and then put it into the bag.
Well, or people just could get gloves, make it a little easier.
You're gonna put on a glove every
Latex
time you
glove.
go to get candy and make them walk around with their costume on to put it.
No.
I'm saying if you're
No,
not
no, no,
home.
no.
I'm saying with a community bowl. That's
Don't
how
do
you fix
community
that
bowl.
problem.
Don't do a community bowl. Those are always rigged to lose. You would never bet on the limp horse.
Why? You go for Snickers if you get there nice and early.
Yeah, but don't leave it on a community bowl. It's not as fun. You gotta
How
hand out the
hard
candy.
is it to adapt when Halloween is all about masks
Right?
and dressing up?
That's right.
Yeah, but it's like it's not the mask in that. Yes, 100%. You're not gonna go coughing on anybody, but like we're so touch and go about being close to anybody, and now kids are like the main thing is go to someone else's house when you're not allowed to.
Yeah, he's right. Like, we're already wearing masks, like you were saying, and like, so I think they got to do Halloween. Like, they're not gonna cancel
Don't
it.
cancel it. It's on a Friday for
Yeah.
once, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, no more Bananaramas.
No, we're not doing Bananarama, Mom.
No way.
No.
So if people can't read it, that people are listening to the audio. My mom just said we could sponsor a huge Bananarama. What's up, man? Hey, man, what's up? That's our buddy from Korea. I hope.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, guy that we're talking to live.
Hey,
Don't-
sorry. So anyway,
Jeez
so
Louise.
mom just said
I know, buddy, I know.
we should sponsor a Bananarama. People that don't know what Bananarama is, we're gonna do a little bit of history on it.
Have you been to one?
Yeah, we're not doing COVID. We're not talking COVID. We're talking Halloween. Relax. Rose pipes and coke. Anyway, so Bananarama is this thing. So Christian kids weren't allowed to go out and do Halloween because supposedly Halloween's the devil. when in actual fact we get into the history, Halloween was actually created by the Catholic Church. We're not going to get into that. But Bananarama was for Christian kids, and they all got to hang out in this like church basement and run around and get candy.
Did we get dressed up?
No, I don't. Actually,
I don't
maybe
think we
Mom
did.
could answer that. I don't know if we could dress up. I don't think we could. So anyway, but they would buy an ease trough, a giant
And
ease
fill it with
trough,
ice cream, yeah.
and fill it with ice cream and bananas, and you could put whatever dressings you want on it. Basically, it was just like
It was the
a
COVID
giant
trough.
Yeah, it was just basically yeah. Talk about COVID or like swap and spit. These kids are eating ice cream.
But yeah,
all in
you
the
had
same
like you had
trough.
your own section like this big, and
Yeah.
then like as Bible characters. I don't think that's how
that
we were
was
dressed
lame.
up.
That was lame.
But like you could grab.
I'm going to Jesus for Halloween. Yeah, I did that once.
Yeah. All you need is sandals and holes in your hands.
Yeah.
But so then you can just like grab like sprinkles and like gummy bears and like you could dress it up however you wanted, but it was
Yeah.
your section, right? Like your little ease trough section, right?
And then at the end, they'd all give everybody a bag of candy.
Yeah, you got a bag of candy because
So I don't understand. You're getting candy, but why couldn't you go out and walk around and get candy?
they didn't want you to get dressed up.
Oh, and the scary stuff.
Yeah.
That's lame. People need to grow up. Parents are like stopping their kids from doing cool stuff, and then it ends up the kids end up like hating their parents and doing way worse stuff when they're older. Don't wreck Halloween. Too far? What do you think? No?
What was the one thing you can remember that you dressed up as that was like you're
Favorite
like I
childhood
can't
Halloween.
wait to go out
Yeah.
dressed up like this.
So I decided to go out when I was 17 because I'm like, this is my last moral year to go get some free candy.
Yeah.
Past this, I'm an adult. I can't get away with it. And I did a really creepy scarecrow. So I mean, this is only going for 10 years, but that costume was awesome. Trying to think. I know as a kid I was a vampire. I don't really remember it because I was like maybe 2, but I've seen pictures. Honestly, what was it? Grade 7, I think. My buddy and I went as pimps. We stole like
Pimps?
something from our moms. I had like this purple suit thing that was actually my mom's and got like a pimp cane and a hat.
Mm.
We rocked. It was awesome.
That's awesome. I think so. I got to a certain age that I was allowed to go out for Halloween. I remember going to school. I wore the only thing I had was a black trench coat, and I had a hockey mask from like I don't know. I think it was just like a gimmick hockey mask, like one of those like Jason masks, and I wore it to school. And like I was told that I took Halloween too far. They were like, "Oh, that's like the scary part of Halloween. That's not like the fun part where you're just like a cute little kitten or something." I'm like, I've never even done this before, and I'm already getting in trouble. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, honestly, especially now, I love the scary part of Halloween. Like,
Yeah.
I do remember going, like, as a kid, I was a scaredy cat. Like, even Scooby-Doo freaked me out. Things have changed big time, but I remember going trick-or-treating, and there was a guy who had, like, a 3-headed hockey player get up. So he was in, like, full hockey gear, and then he had a mask that gave him an extra head, all wearing hockey helmets. Looking back, awesome costume. Remember it scaring the hell out of me. I didn't even want to go get.
Oh, hang on a second. Oh, why is that low battery?
I don't know. Is it plugged in?
Says it's plugged in. Weird.
Sorry, we lost you there.
Sorry about that. Our battery's like not liking us for some reason.
Is it plugged in, Jer?
No, it says it's got power going to it. Oh, maybe it's just charging up. Anyway, sorry about that. Carry on.
Where did it cut off? I don't even know.
No, you were just saying we were talking about how I wore like a Jason mask and how it was like the scary part of Halloween, but not like the like.
Right.
Yeah.
So I remember going trick or treating once. I was pretty young, but like as a kid, I was easily freaked out. Like Scooby Doo freaked me out and everything. But there was a guy who had a 3-headed hockey player costume. So he was in like full hockey gear, jersey, hockey stick, and then he had a mask that put a head on either shoulder. And really, probably wasn't actually that freaky, but I remember it scaring the hell out of me as a kid.
Jeez,
I didn't even want to get candy.
Yeah.
Every time I think of the head on the other shoulder now, I always think of The Office.
What?
I think I know what one you.
The Mighty Q just asked, "Borrowing your mom's gear?" Question mark. Oh, easy, buddy. Doesn't that make you a cross-dresser and not a pimp?
Well, it's
Just curious.
2020, so it could be
Yeah, well,
anything you
maybe
want.
explain exactly what you borrowed from your mom.
It was a purple. What's the word? Like
Robe?
velour? suit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, satin. You gotta go satin.
It was one of the fuzzy type ones,
Oh yeah.
like a velvet.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
See,
crushed velvet.
your dad's not gonna have anything like that kicking around. You gotta
Yeah.
borrow from my mom. Man.
And yeah, we had like a big purple hat that went with it, and the pimp came.
Rad. That's awesome.
And my buddy did pink, like same idea, just pink.
And you just went around your area. Do people look at you weird? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, man, aren't you a
But-
little?
Some people though, like we were young, like we were, I don't know, 12.
Oh,
So
okay.
people thought it was hilarious.
Not like 17.
No, we were like, I was probably grade 7 or grade 8. So what's that? 11 or 12 years old.
Something like that. So I know when I'm handing out candy and like older kids come, if they're polite, they go, "Happy Halloween, thank you very much." And they're just like, happy Halloween," and they just hold their bag out. I'm like, come on, man, put a little bit of effort into this.
Do you like open the wrapper and then like throw the wrapper in and eat the chocolate
So-
in front of them?
Not to give away any of my secrets, I got two
Oh.
bowls. I got two bowls when I'm handing out candy. I got the good candy for kids, and then I got like crispy crunch, coffee crisp, like. I got the garbage candy.
You got the privilege bowl?
Yeah. There's a bowl for like kids who are like trying, and there's a bowl for like older kids. And I was like, "This is the candy you're getting, pal. Like you're not even putting in effort. You're not even like you're just getting free candy, and you're not even. It doesn't even look like you're enjoying it, unless they're enjoying it." And then I up the ante.
You got
I'm
the
sure
half-ass bowl.
I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but like my game that I play is like I pick a character, and that person who, let's say, for instance, this year I'll probably pick the Mandalorian for sure. Like if a kid dresses like the Mandalorian, I'm dumping the candy. If they're dressing up like a Mandalorian. One year I picked like an obscure person. I picked Rick from Rick and Morty, and one kid dressed like Rick. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I couldn't believe it. And I think one year I picked Boba Fett. A lot of Star Wars themes. What do you do?
I hand out candy.
Yeah, but you don't play
Now,
that.
every kid. I don't play games.
You're not like,
Every kid gets the same in my house.
oh wow, that's kind of boring.
I didn't actually hand out candy. I was taking out the girls.
You
a
should.
couple
Okay,
times.
well that makes sense. You like your first time like handing out candy,
Yeah.
taking the girls with you.
Yeah, the first year we took the girls out. I think my father-in-law, my mother-in-law stayed home, and they handed out the candy. And then I think it was like after 8, they made it the community bowl, like I say.
Oh wow.
But then when we got home, like when they didn't want to do it anymore, then when we got home, my daughter, she like absolutely wanted to hand out candy. So then I sat on the stairs, and then I don't know how many she handed out, but I'm sure it was kind of like whatever her little hand could grab, and that's what everybody got.
Yeah. That's awesome. Kids get the most candy though. Like
Yes.
the little kids are just
100%.
like, here you go, enjoy your teeth for the next 6 months.
I'm just happy that it's on a Friday this year.
No, it's on a
Or
Saturday.
Saturday. I mean on the weekend this year.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So what are you gonna dress your son up this year? Now that he's ready to rock and roll.
So we dressed him up last year too. We just
cool.
didn't take him. Last year he was a werewolf.
Ooh.
Kind of looked like a lumberjack though, like really, because he wouldn't keep
For
the wolf
branding.
head.
Yeah.
But he looked like a lumberjack. So when I took him to work, everybody was like, "Oh, you're just making him a mini you." So
That's awesome, man. Peace out, Mighty Q. My girl's here. Night. Cheers, man. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Sorry, everybody.
And then this year he's really into Frozen, so we're looking into an Olaf costume for him.
There you go.
He
That's
thinks I'll-
cold.
That's Frozen, bro.
Yeah. It's cold as ice.
Frosty. Oh man.
That's
My
cold.
wife and I dress up too. I don't know what I'm doing this year. Last year I also did a werewolf. That was the original plan. Him and I were going to be werewolves, and she was a vampire.
Yeah.
Not sure. I think she's doing like a fairy.
So
fae
wouldn't he be
kind
the
of-
hybrid then?
The hybrid.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I actually said.
Yeah, he should be like a bluish green. You've never seen Underworld? So what happens
That's
is
what I-
Oh
when-
yeah.
Remember? And he's that crazy.
I just
green
remember
guy.
her, man. Walk in the. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? I remember her. Wow. What's her name?
Hot.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsdale. Beckinsdale.
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Beckins.
S-A-L.
Anyway, yeah, that's all I remember that movie.
Jeremy hopes she
Vampire ladies.
Jeremy hopes she sails into his DMs.
Sales?
Sails,
Floats?
floats, boat
No.
reference. Nothing?
Nope. DMs closed,
bad.
ladies.
My
the
bad.
DMs are closed. This hog's off the market.
You know what we should do? We should have like.
Oh.
We should have like started a movement like all the adults would go out as the same thing.
Yeah. I like themed. I like the idea of a family
Yeah.
going out as a theme. That's pretty rad. Like I know that Chloe's going out with something specifically. Like you could go out as like that entire family.
I don't know what Chloe's going out.
You don't even know? I heard that from your wife. She's going out as Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, she's changed it a bunch of times.
Oh,
That
okay.
was one.
Okay.
That was one of many.
Okay.
We were also going out as Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, that's
And
a little
then
bit
Chloe
of a...
was Hartley was supposed to be Ursula because
Oh.
she's mean apparently.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Harley.
But then Hartley's being nice this year, nice so far. So now she gets
Okay.
to be the fish.
Oh, okay.
So,
Like Flounder?
yeah, Flounder,
Oh.
the one that potentially gets eaten by the shark.
Ugh.
Yeah, the real like the loudmouth one.
Man, if I keep up this, I fell off my diet. This was like in the last month or
Me
so.
too.
I'd like put on some pounds. I could be like Uncle Fester for her if she wants to be Wednesday Addams. You know,
You can be Cousin Ed, just don't shave.
cousin. No, you could be cousin it. Get like one of those long like hair
Wigs,
things.
yeah,
You
hanging
gotta
everywhere.
keep your beard going.
Yeah. It's a bit short. Yours
Yeah.
has grown out quite a
Yeah,
bit.
man.
It's looking good.
Ah,
What
I'm
kind of
getting
product are you using in that?
Yeah, what are you using there?
I've actually been getting lazy with my I guess routine.
Mm.
Working from home, like I'm still obviously putting beard oil in, but like I don't put the same effort I did when I was actually going places.
Now that you don't have to go out, you can just be like, you know what? It's just gonna be as it is. The beard.
COVID beard.
Yeah, COVID beard. I was growing.
Yeah.
I was growing out a little bit of COVID beard. My wife's like, trim it down, and then I tried trimming it, and then I ended up like, yeah. Well, I couldn't go get it trimmed. Like there wasn't any beard trimming at the time, so I tried doing it myself. Then I botched it up, and then I just took her all the way down.
Mom said Ninja Turtles and a rat. But see, that's not current. Everybody's gonna be like, "That's old, bro."
They're gonna be
It's
like, what is this turtle and rat
Yeah.
business? That's not a thing anymore.
Nope, not anymore.
Maybe it's like a cool like millennial who like grew up with like Secret of the Use Part 2. Like maybe if they grew up with that, like they could know what's up. But yeah, it's not as cool.
It's not hip.
So how's things going with the old book? Your wife's still making those books?
Yeah.
How's 7 sexes in the 7 cities? Did you tell her? Did she listen to the podcast?
She didn't listen to it, but I told her about it.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
She doesn't listen to anything that's like straight talking. Like I
Alright.
can't just like it's music or nothing for her.
Oh,
I figured that book title was gonna bring a smile to somebody's face. So
yeah.
Part of the reason I had to find a place to go so I wasn't bugging her is because she's working on her final book for that series.
oh,
So-
nice.
Well, hey mom. So our mom's listening, and we told my mom that she'd be into those books. Can you say the title of those books for the people out there?
So the first one is Saintly Virtues, and then Sinful Saints, and then the third that's coming out is Heavenly Saviors, and her pen name is S.A. Mackenzie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
Good,
what's
man.
up.
That's
yeah, man.
awesome.
That's hilarious. That's like a funny way like segued into that when you were first like telling us about like, oh yeah, my wife's an author. It's like
Yeah.
what? And she get paid to do it. What? That's like that's absolutely bonkers, man. That's like the cool story ever. That podcast that we did was like hilarious.
That was really great.
With the
yeah.
fireworks?
Thank you for sitting down with us. That
Yeah,
was
man,
awesome.
we-
Yeah, with me with the stupid fireworks in the background.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Bolivia. Yeah, pay attention, Mom. We're talking to you on the podcast, and you're not even listening. Yeah, this guy's okay. Well, we'll get the
We'll tell you
titles
later.
later. Yeah, ebooks. Yeah, off of Amazon, right?
I mean, yeah, she's got paperback available also through Amazon, but they're on Kindle Unlimited and
There you
through
go.
Amazon as
My mom's all about Kindle.
she's got another book coming out, not part of that trilogy, end of this month, I think.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
end of
exciting.
this like a Western thing. Still one woman, multiple guys, but
Dude, what's up with that,
Westerns,
man?
demons.
What's up with that? What's with like that's your wife? Like, what's going on there?
She started it when she started mat leave. She was looking for new books and she got on Amazon and came across it. I'm like, that's weird. And then she got really into it. and now she's writing it. And I'm like, well, at least you're making money off the weirdness, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, man. Hey. If you're making money off your weirdness, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's hilarious.
That's good. That's good, man. Well, yeah, I didn't want to keep you too long. Like I was saying, I knew you said you were feeling tired, but I really appreciate you sitting down with us. Now, how is your? Are you pretty happy with how your face cream came out?
Yeah, actually, the face cream I'm really happy with. I did it in 2 fragrances. I've only used one for myself, the cedarwood peppermint.
Mm-hmm.
I did try. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did try my first attempt with the beer shampoo.
Yeah, I did.
You were mentioning that. I was telling you I was at Wavemaker and you had mentioned that.
Yeah. So I gave it a go. I've got a few bottles, but it's not very thick, so I gotta come up with a new way to do it.
Right.
Not a ton of lather. I mean, my beard feels great after using it, so like I like the concept. I gotta perfect it.
The aftermath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple new things I'm working on perfecting, and then can't seem to get away from doing apparel and stickers, so I got lots of those.
Yeah, man,
happening too.
We put your new face cream in the new thing of reads as well for you. So.
Yeah. Just so people don't, if they're not familiar with the podcast or listening, this is our main man, owner, operator, main CEO of the Bearded Lumberjack out of Cambridge, Ontario. You can get his product all over the internet. Probably more Instagram than anything, right? So.
Yeah, I've got Instagram's the easy way to find the link. It's just thebeardedlumberjack.com. But yeah, local people can just shoot me a message instead of paying for shipping.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I know, like I said, I know you said you were feeling a bit tired today, and you were debating doing it or not. So I really, really appreciate you taking some time and chatting with us.
And like the original time you came and hung out with us, that was so rad. Glad we connected over our the old podcast.
Having to listen to fireworks and shots fired.
Yeah, that was so cool.
It was tough times in Bolivia, let me tell you. It was tough times.
Yeah, his career as a journalist.
I
went out and
got
smoked.
out of there unscathed, and those rebels, enemy rebels, it just got out of there in the nick of time. You know, I had to come home, quarantine myself for 14 weeks. And
if people haven't listened to that podcast, what number was that again? Hang on, I'll get the number. I got it right here.
40 or 39 or something.
Man, where is it? Oh, we're way back. Anyway,
yeah,
I can't find it. I can't remember the number. I think it was like 30 or something. Anyway, doesn't matter.
It's on the list.
It's on the list, and it's the Bearded Lumberjack episode. It was awesome, and we had a good time. Always have a good time. That's what we do. We have a good time. We talk to people. Dude, thanks for hanging out with us.
No problem, guys. Congrats on 50.
Cheers,
Thanks, man.
I
really appreciate it.
Yeah. We will talk to you in a bit.
Sounds good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
See ya.
Like, I don't know how you feel about 50 podcasts in, but like,
it's a big deal.
You know what? You hear like Joe Rogan in his podcast, and he's got like, what was it, like 1,500 or something?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. But he's cranking them out like crazy right now because
you know how he's been doing this for 10 years.
Spotify, right?
He's been doing this for 10 years. Yeah, so he just did a podcast. It was 1,525.
Really?
Yeah. And he's been doing it for 10 years. But like, the guy gets paid to do it. Spotify just paid him like a bunch of millions of dollars to do it. Like, I think I not to like put shade on people. What's up, Laura? Am I adding on?
We can ask her if she
Yeah.
wants to.
Do you want to jump on? We're just chatting. But people are like making podcasts, right? They're just like making them like crazy, and
right.
But like people start a podcast and they get like 4 episodes in, and then they get frustrated. They're like looking at their like feedback numbers, and they're just like, nah, I'm not doing this, or like, you know what, it's not worth it, or they don't like coming out of it. They're like putting up too much effort, and they're not getting out the return. And if you're not enjoying it, like I remember hearing an interview from the guys from the Lexus on Fire, the hardcore band, and they were saying, like, don't go into music to get famous.
Right.
Like, go into music because you love music.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's like the same thing for podcasts. Like, get into podcasts if you love it, if you like hanging out, if you like talking to people, that
well,
kinda...
you can say the comedians love it even more now because they ain't doing shit other than podcasts.
Well,
if they don't have a good
I don't know if you listened to that podcast with Joe was talking to... I can't remember who he was talking to, the recent one. He was saying a lot of the comedians opened up podcasts, and like so they could do something, or they could put out their comedy, that kind of stuff.
Well, look at somebody like Brendan Schaub and
Yeah.
Brian Callen. After did you hear about the whole scandal with him?
No.
He had another one that was he was accused of the accusations of with the women, and went just kind of like with Chris, not to the
What?
degree of Chris, but yeah, he was another one that was accused.
Schaub?
No, Brian Callen.
Oh, Brian.
Callen. Sorry,
Oh.
I didn't think I must have said that.
Maybe I misheard
Brian
you.
Callen, his
jeez.
partner, was accused of that, so he jumped off for a few podcasts.
Oh.
And so he's actually coming back now, but the whole time he was just like, not true. I'm going to take a little bit of a hiatus, but has nothing to do with the fact with these accusations. I'm just stepping away so that way Fighter and the Kid continues to be about the comedy and not about my personal issues.
Wow.
And he's finally coming back again now, but the whole time he's just been like, I don't know what you're talking about. I refuse to listen to it. It's just not true. But he even said too, like he goes, stand up and acting were such a big thing in my life, but now that I've done podcasting, he's like, I'm really, really thankful that I have this.
Yeah.
Because it's such a powerful thing, and even just listening, you can hear it. Like it's something they enjoy doing, and they're so good at it. Like they're the ones I listen to, the ones that it's they're not trying to be someone else that they're not.
Like a character.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'll listen to the one with a Theo Von, even though I'm not a huge Theo Von fan, but I'll listen to the one that he does with Brendan Schaub. But they try and do a little bit of a character thing. Like I think he tries to be funnier than he is now, and sometimes, but. It comes through every now and then when they're not trying. They're funny.
He doesn't have a lot of stand-up available though, Theo, right? I think he has like one special on Netflix, but it was from like a long time ago.
I think so. His comedy's different though.
Yeah.
He's kind of dry.
It's like kind of sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find it hard to get into new comedians. Like I find it hard. I'm like I kind of like get my I hitch my wagon to like a couple of them. Like I'm even like skeptical sometimes on Joey Diaz. Like I like his humor and he's funny.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like he's part of that whole group, like Segura and Bert, and like of course Joe, and like they all have that crew, and like Anthony Santino, like all that crew of guys, like that whole crew of dudes are just like I just die laughing.
And Bobby Lee is part of that now too, which is nice because he's come out and he is so funny. But do you like the Joey Diaz podcast?
I've listened to a couple of it.
Would you continue listening to it, do you think?
No.
Well, that's good because it's leaving.
What?
Yeah, he's moving to New Jersey.
Oh, he's moving to New Jersey?
Yeah, and I don't think Lee's going with him. So that's what I heard.
No, he'll keep it up.
I don't think
he'll
he
keep
will.
doing it.
I really don't. He said on his podcast that he's thinking.
Why is he?
I
thought he was moving where Joe's moving.
No, see, that's the thing too. He did an interview where he said that Joe told him that he offered him pretty much like a deal he couldn't pass up. But he's got a lot of family still that's in New Jersey.
Oh, I see.
And so he's decided that he's going to move out there. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Are we inviting more people in the podcast?
Yeah, I was going to say if we've got anybody out there that's listening and watching with us, jump on.
Do you want to hang
Come
out?
chat with
I've
us.
always asked Spencer if he wanted to come talk on the podcast.
Click on the thing to see
maybe
who
he's
we
here.
got.
Hang on. I'm also going to turn down the light. Maybe like save the battery a little. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Turn down the battery because we're losing battery pretty quick. That's good, Jer. There we go. See who's in here. We got Laura. Laura, did you want to come and chat with us? We were. I was chatting with
Josh,
the owners of Preston Iron, to see if maybe they wanted to come and chat with us if they had a free minute tonight.
Yeah, they were one of our big. Like that was like a big episode for us with Laura and Josh.
Very big. It was very informative too, and we ended that in it almost could have been like a 3-part series, I think, with how much information we got. Like with nutrition. With workout routine, and also how much it costs for a bikini.
That was pretty a highlight for you, but I had a lot of people message me about that podcast, like just about like learning about that kind of business, but also like taking the time to like think about diet. Like that's like that. People like came away from that podcast really just stoked, and that was kind of before the genesis of. Like their awesome gym that they opened up.
Have you been in their gym?
Yeah.
Take a
They
tour?
let me. So I went in not to like work out.
Yeah.
But I went like COVID. I was in COVID season. Mm-hmm. Things were a little bit, they're a little bit scary, but looks like they've come out on top.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
really,
place.
really good. They've done a really great job to see where it came from to what it is now. They've done a bang up.
You guys
job
are gonna do a
in
good job. I think
They are,
anything you guys do, it'd be interesting to see. Like, yeah,
Well, they're both smart people,
Yeah.
so it's hard to fail when you've got brains behind something.
yeah. You guys are gonna. I don't know. I don't go to gyms. That's just not my thing. But like, I don't know. I wanna feel like that if I'm gonna go work out, that'd be a pretty rad place to work out because it seems like it'd be a pretty positive place.
And they've got some awesome gear too, like
Did
those
I
hats.
do it right? Anybody didn't invite people?
You did. It just said she was unable to. It's
Oh, that's
all right.
cool.
It's all right.
That's cool.
So,
yeah,
are
yeah.
you? What are you doing for Halloween then? For COVID, I didn't ask you. What are you doing for?
Same thing. I'm not changing.
Well, how are you going to hand out candy? Are you just going to wear a glove, or are you going to use the tongs like I just said?
No, I'm gonna use gloves.
You don't like my tong idea?
No. I'm gonna use gloves. I'm gonna do the same thing I do every year. I'm gonna drink pumpkin beer. I'm gonna make scary stuff on the front yard. I'm gonna carve pumpkins. I'm still doing up the front end. I'll wear gloves. I will do whatever it takes. Whatever guidelines they give people to hand out candy, I'm following it. I love it. It is so much fun. That's like my favorite thing.
I'm not saying that, but if it makes the parents feel better, would you use like tongs to hand out candy?
I don't know when you keep going on with these tongs.
Because I think it's a great
I think
idea.
it's lame.
I think I got a
it's-
good one.
Like I feel like it's like a lot of work. I put a glove on. Like it's like there you go. You got tongs right there.
God gave you tongs. Is that what
No,
you're saying?
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think that's a little weird. Yeah, that's definitely. I'm gonna do the exact same thing I've always done. I'm assuming they're gonna come up with some sort of like plan to tell people what they want them to do this year, like so we can keep it going. But like, they're not gonna cancel Halloween, are they?
I really hope not.
Like they canceled the Olympics, so like.
Yeah, but they were going to be in China.
Oh yeah, Beijing. Yeah, it was Beijing 2020.
Yeah, and they were thinking about. There were a lot of people thinking about.
But I guess if like people like, I guess that's like a.
They were thinking about not doing it though. Like there were a lot of other countries that were thinking we're not going to China. It's not happening.
Yeah, I think that was probably the biggest. Well, they didn't want, so they shut down the airports.
Do you think that's why they made the flu?
I don't. Somebody made it though. I'm gonna go on live and say.
I don't like talking about it, but did you hear about that interview where they went to the Wuhan, China, and they actually I heard
Wet
it on
market?
the radio. Yeah, the Americans went to there and they went to investigate, and they're just like, "There's nothing here. Pay no attention. Don't
Oh.
look behind the curtains." They're like,
Oh.
now that you've come, we've cleaned up everything, so there's nothing to see."
Oh.
I've heard there was somebody making jokes. They're like, "There's nothing to see here." And then there's people in the background. You hear the paper shredder. Yeah, just the daily stuff. Pay no attention.
Yeah, this is just our annual shred party.
You came on Incinerator Day.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's not make this into a COVID podcast. Do you want me to see if I can get somebody to jump on here?
Yeah,
Hang
sure.
What was your favorite episode in the
Last little bit, it's hard to say because we've had some just straight bangers, but yeah, I've enjoyed them all, to be honest with you. I know I had a little bit of an episode there when I wasn't seeing some of the numbers about what we were getting for viewers, and I'm just like like we're having to really strain to sometimes move things around to throw out a podcast for like just for us, and if it's just for us at this point, we could wait another week, but no, and now that I'm seeing that the numbers are there and people actually are interested in listening to us, talk.
What are you talking about, man? We got like sponsors now.
That's what I'm saying though. Like there was a little. I'm just telling you, there was a bit of a time when I'm like, what's the point?
Well, the problem is also you're not looking at all the logistics like I am, but like it's worthwhile. And we're 50 in, man.
No, I'm loving
people like we got so much support and so many people that just want to like hang out and just chat with us. And guys, keep listening. Like we have like a lineup. Like we have some really good guests. Some like we want to maybe not do is just like we want to do still the comedy stuff where we hang out and talk to people and we always have a good time, but we're gonna have some more serious stuff come on with some like interesting topics, just like some of the key things that are happening in our area or around the world. We're gonna talk to some people that have more of an insight than just like Ernie and I, and get their perspective on it and ask some really hard good questions, and then but also have a couple good laughs, man.
Like I've had, I was telling some of the guys at work, some of the people that I've been, because they'll hear me kind of go, because I'm trying to make phone calls at work to people to see if hey, are you interested to come on the podcast? And they're like, who are you calling? And I told them who, and they're like, you're gonna get them? I'm like, yeah, man. And he's like, I'm listening to that one for sure. He's like, if you can nail that down, that'd be amazing. I'm like, I know, man. That would be really, really cool to get some of these guests and like even returning some of the guests that we've had on already. Like I was speaking with Fabian today, even too. I'm like, dude, when you have a free minute, call me. Like, that was such an interesting,
That's a heavy podcast.
a really good one. Like, in that one that you got from your friend from that he was moving from the Congo.
Venancio.
Oh,
So South Sudan.
that was heavy.
That was like probably the most like diverse podcast, like where we could like talk to somebody that lived through basically a war.
Right.
You can't talk to people like a lot about that kind of stuff. That doesn't happen around you. And to find individuals that have such a story is like, I think that's what our niche is. It's just like we have fun, we talk about some really good stuff, but then also we just like, you know, we earn it and burn it.
And we're open-minded too. I think that helps. Like, you can tell that with any interviewer as well, and that's what I've kind of learned from listening to other people do it. Is you need to come into it with an open, kind of like a lot like what Joe Rogan was. Like, he has his opinion, but he's not married to it. Like, you have your morals, right? But you're allowed to have an opinion, but also leave some space for movement, so that way if anybody else comes up with something, you know, that makes more sense, and it rationally makes more sense, then you can jump on it.
So, and we haven't had messages about this, but just to make a comment on this, if anyone is feeling like we're not saying enough about current topics, or we're not like supporting or throwing our weight in with like certain sides, if you listen to our podcasts, we talk about these things, and so I think the proof's in the pudding. A big podcast for us about some of the things that have been happening with like the Black Lives Matter stuff. We talked to Hambone. That guy is just like a straight up like awesome dude, just like the sweetest dude ever. And I wouldn't want to get on his bad side, but like
skateboards.
Like smashing skateboards against Nazis. That's basically our MO. If you're a Nazi or people that hate on like different cultures or different like anybody, you deserve to have your kneecap smashed in with a skateboard.
My problem is though, Jerry, is I have an opinion on it, but I don't know enough about it to articulate my opinion other than how I know how I feel about it. And it's not going to be how everybody else feels, and that's how I feel. Like, nobody really wants to listen to it because we're getting it put in our face as it is. We are 100% behind the positive movement.
Exactly.
Because of
PM&A.
what we stand for, because of our logo. Like, we wouldn't have done it if it didn't make sense. But yeah, we support everything that remains to be positive and is going to make a change in your life that will make change for everybody. But at the same time, we get so much of it, and that's just not our MO.
Exactly. Like, people listen to the podcast, you can hear where we fall on things. You can hear that we're not like crazy liberals, but we're also not crazy conservative. So like, just to kind of throw that out there, I saw a lot of podcasts talking about that, and there's some local businesses in our area that looked like they were kind of getting a little bit of like feedback, maybe that saying they weren't saying enough, but like, I'm going to make you listen to the podcast. I'm not going to make it easy for you to just pigeonhole us, basically saying we're not saying enough. We say a lot, and you can hear it in what we talk about. So I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that about the podcast.
Yeah.
So
I've always wondered about that. Like, if we should, I think we haven't really danced around the subject, but we haven't really, gone head first at it. But that's just not. Yeah.
I really want to. So shout out to Emily Rolson. Want to get her back on. She was our in-house feminist.
Feminist. That was so good.
Yeah, she was our in-house feminist.
So
and even if you listen to that podcast, like, she's just such like the nicest person, and so informative, and she's very intelligent, and she's very well spoken. And I think I'd love to have her back on to kind of maybe educate us and give us some more insight on the current issues. Again, what Ernie said, I completely agree. We're inundated with the information. It's best to have someone that we agree with, who's a little bit more well spoken on the subject than us, who just like, we just have a good time, we laugh, and sometimes there's always room to have laughter. I always say if you're not laughing, you're dying. But some of the more serious subjects, we get the people on, and then we talk about them, and then we can more relate with how their perspective.
I'd rather have somebody with more knowledgeable on the subject.
I don't have time, and like I want to have time, but like I know there's other people that are like way better at like speaking on those speaking points. But anyway,
I've also, what else is like I've almost thought about maybe trying to get someone on that has more knowledge on it about it. But then the problem with that is you run into the fact that you almost get pigeonholed when you do that, because it's somebody that has picked a side, and because we have them on the podcast, that's the side we choose.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have put them on the podcast if I was going to argue with them.
You know what I'm saying, though? Like, that
Yeah.
makes me kind of refrain from doing that, to bring somebody on that's maybe
Yeah.
in support of the riots and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and justify them, and then have me question it, and then maybe,
Yeah.
sometimes be agreeing with them, and then all of a sudden, oh, he's taking sides.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's...
Another example of a good podcast where we got into some really interesting stuff about just like life and finding things was the Aaron Morahan, the suspension based workout. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, Aaron. Yeah.
That was
working
such-
for RevCore.
Co-founder of the suspension based workout RevCore.
RevCore. Yeah. She was a really interesting podcast. I wonder if they're back in the studio yet.
They are back in the studio, and like I've driven by the studio because you live 2 minutes. No, wait a minute.
No, it's just up,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
up the hill. Yeah.
They just live by you. Like it's such a. Well, are you gonna go DJ for him or what?
I said I would. She's got my information. So
Yeah.
Aaron, you wanna use me for DJing? I am 100%. I think I was gonna say I thought they had an anniversary thing coming up, and I was gonna write her and say, hey, if you need somebody to DJ, it sounds like it was for a charity thing. I do it for free.
Yeah.
And the same thing with one of our sponsors, the Wave Maker Brewery. They have a charity thing coming up as well. If you guys are listening, shoot me a message. I'd be more than happy to DJ it for a couple hours
Waymaker,
for you.
what's up? I really have enjoyed the podcast where we brought in like the clothing businesses, like an Indestructible.
Yeah.
Those guys, like, such humble dudes, and they now have these cool video vlogs where they talk about like how things are going with the business, kind of updating people, showing like literally it's like 3 dudes running a clothing business out of Toronto and then just making banger clothes, like amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I find that really inspiring. And also Adam from Machete Premium Cuts, a huge shout out to him, man. Such a cool guy. Totally like hooked us up with some really cool gear to do the giveaway.
Thank you so much for that.
Like that was such a cool experience talking to him. And the guy's been working hard for 10 years creating a brand. And like one of the people that we bring this up is like doing something that you love and making it a full-time endeavor.
And jumping with both feet, yeah.
Well, he's like you said in the podcast, he created the brand before he did jump into it. But like,
but now he is though.
That was such a cool podcast. Like he's such a cool guy. That was like it's very so inspiring. Like, and I've had a lot of people messaging me saying like, hearing stories like that, hearing like Bowski, just like earning and burning, going on like that putt show he was on yesterday.
Holy moly!
Holy moly! Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
I did too. That was
he did
awesome.
so good. It was
Yeah.
so funny. The announcers on there.
Yeah, shout out to Bowski.
I don't want to ruin. You guys got to check it out. It was really funny.
Such a cool guy and hilarious. But like, those stories are so cool because like I don't know about you, but I get inspired by like positive things.
Yep.
Well, I think everybody does. That's a stupid thing to say. Everybody gets inspired by positive things. Nobody gets inspired by dumb things. But like just like those stories of people like just like making something their own and then like working towards it, and like that's the people we're having on. That's the stories we want to have on. And like for the next like 50 podcasts or whoever podcast we got on, we made it to 50, and this is just been such a cool experience. And we've come from like an iPhone on a vase, talking to like Dan and Jesse, hanging out, and like it's just been a good time.
You know, the most amazing part to me is the fact that how many people that we know and how many people we know now because of the podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like
Yeah.
our family has grown so much. Like there's so many people that like even my wife when she goes out in public and she sees somebody with like a press and iron shirt on or a wave maker shirt on or like somebody that's like talking about a pipe company in St. Thomas
or like Cambridge restaurant, shout out to Cambridge restaurant, Josh, shout out like
Cambridge restaurant or like an Instagram guy or a SoundCloud guy that they've heard on the internet. And Danielle's like, yeah, I got to say that you knew that person, the shirt they were wearing.
Yep. It's so cool to be associated with people that want to work hard and make something and do it for themselves, not just right off the shoulders of somebody else. So.
Well, and people in the community, and people that don't even live around here too. Like you said, like Machete Premium Cups. Amazing guy. Like, and even
Adam's
the guys
cool
from
guy.
and Indestructible. Those guys were so cool.
Yeah, Dan and Matt.
And to go from that to all of a sudden, they know Hambone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What a small world.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just like having some rad dudes and like this circle of like PMA guests just keeps growing, and it's so cool to be like, hey, I know those guys. Yeah, I know those guys. What's up? Talk to those guys for like an hour and a half. Talk to that guy for 2 hours. Like, you know, I mean, like another cool guest we had on was Chris Van Dyke and what he's got going on in the beginning of September with his daughter. Like he's working towards raising money for women to get education.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be shouting out that ad. Probably actually, you heard the ad at the beginning of the podcast about him on September the 5th. He's going to be walking 100,000 steps and he's raising money. That was just such a.
How much is he at right now? Do you know?
So he's already raised over half of the amount of money he wanted to. He wanted to raise $500, but like that's just gonna be such a cool endeavor. And his story is so cool, like him like planting trees and that journey he had up north about like basically living in like a city up in the woods for like an entire summer, and just like what came out of that, how like what he got out of it. It's just like yeah, man, that's
wow.
Yeah, we've had some.
He was a very, very interesting podcast.
So
I enjoyed that one.
Also, Chris, like he always is like messaging me.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
He's always like he listens to probably every podcast, and he's always like saying, like in the beginning, he gave us a lot of feedback. He's a very well spoken guy, really smart guy. I appreciate his comments, and he's always like encouraging us. Shout out to Chris. Like I said, this is our 50th podcast. We're gonna shout out to the people that are sending us back the positivity that we're doing. But
I was gonna say, do you know those guys that like they sit down and they like when you watch a video, like so they have the video kind of like above you to the right, and then you're sitting there and you're reviewing the video.
Yeah,
that would one guy I would be okay with reviewing our podcast, like play it and like he's like, what was he talking about there? Why does he keep answering the question he just asked?
Yeah. Well, we've had to tighten with screws a little bit, but like we're getting better and better.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's a very smart guy. That
yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Mom said thanks. Congrats.
Yeah,
on
our
the
mom
50th.
says thanks. Yeah, that's thanks, Mom.
But yeah, like from Chris.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Yeah. Daddy didn't love me.
I don't
but
care.
Roman, like that was a really good one. Interesting one too. That was a guy that I had met from a friend, a very good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
We went over to his place we went over to Roman's house to go watch the. That was the Super Bowl where
I didn't go.
No. But I'm just saying though, that was the Super Bowl that Janet Jackson flashed her boob.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was that one.
Yeah, I remember where was that one. I remember watching that and being like, "Whoa."
Is that one that where were
Justin
you? Justin
Timberlake, what are you doing?
Yeah. And you know, thank God she had the tape on it. You know, just that day was tape
All
day.
set up. People, society like that is set up. There is no accidents.
And then so after Roman, we had Jen. From Modern Addiction.
That's Jen's such a sweet person.
So amazing, amazing. She's part of the Shadywood family too.
Yep. Jen's such a brilliant. That was like our first female podcast, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Man, it's such a heavy podcast too. Like she's like definitely she's got a big brain on that one. Like Jen's super smart, very intelligent, so nice, and like humble too. Like just earning and burning, making something for herself, like and like her business. Like that was such a cool podcast. Just like let's keep on the female trend. Like Melissa V from down in California. Man, like so well spoken, and that opened my eyes up to like a part of like living that was just like so cool, and such a person to talk to, like in her experiences with the paranormal, and like that was such an interesting podcast, and like and it was cool. Like she started her own podcast. I'm not to say that she started it because she came on ours, but like she's very well spoken, and her interpretation of the world just like awes me, and she's just such a nice lady. I say lady, but we're probably the same age. But Melissa, thanks again for coming on our podcast, just shouting you out. And
like to think, like I wouldn't normally think of this, but like to go as far to say an item that you buy has a backstory. Like it has a
or has somebody hanging out with it.
Yeah. There she is.
Oh hey,
that's hilarious.
We were just talking about
you. You want to come on and chat with us? We'd love to if you're feeling up to it.
Yeah.
But
we were just talking about you, Melissa.
Yeah. No. Melissa. We were just saying it really opened our eyes to like when you have something structural in your hand. Like it's not just an object. Like it has something attached to it as well, and it's just really interesting and it really opened my eyes listening to that podcast. It was so good.
Your interpretation with the world and how you interact with it, and how like that spiritual culture you interact, like it's just like I think that's unique and so interesting, and that story of like just who you are is just like that was such a cool podcast. That's probably that was probably like one of our it's like in our top 3 for like listeners. Like
Yeah, for numbers
Melissa,
wise, yeah.
that was like thanks again for like coming on. You could come chat with us now if you wanted, but we know you're always busy and you're a full-time mom, so.
But we had Always Bearded.
Yeah.
That was a really,
Sven,
really good one.
Cheers,
Yeah.
man. Thanks
Yeah.
for always being like right from the start. Sven was part of the PMA crew.
And before that, when this Instagram used to belong to
KW Facial Hair Club.
Facial Hair Club, right?
Yep. Just a great sponsor. Just a great guy. Sven's a hard worker. And then he's doing his own podcast now.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I've listened to a couple of them.
He's earning and burning. He does a really, really good job. Yeah, I really appreciate that guy.
And then the next one we had on that was 586.
Yeah, that was
586.
like 586. That was like Ernie's sit down interview. That was
my new family as well. Those guys are amazing. I worked hard with them this winter. We shoveled some snabra.
Yeah. Oh, we got 1 minute and 57 seconds remaining
because we
on
got
the
an
live.
hour. Yeah,
don't worry, we're jumping back on.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll just restart this thing.
I did some snow plowing with them this winter, and we made some moves, and I did some DJing for them as well. Like amazing group of guys. Like he's got Hugo and George and Mike. Like they've created such an amazing company that has like they get like these like top notch companies that sign them up, and like they don't just get the gig, like they get references from that are just
they work hard, man.
Oh,
they're not dumb guys.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, and they make sure that like the guys they have working for them, if they're not to the level that that they want them at, they're gonna train them to get them to that point. Like it's
we're gonna restart this. Hang on.
It is amazing and fun, and they just create such a great work environment.
Keep talking, Ernie. You're doing great.
Yeah, no, it was really great working with them this winter. I look forward to working with them again, starting up in once weddings come back. It's been rough. I know I rebooked for next year, luckily, so I got lucky there. Like I didn't have to cancel anything. I had 5 for this year, and I had 4. I had 5 weddings, and I had 4 stag and does. And 2 of them were out of town. One of them was that one that I was dragging you out to. They were all, they all understood what was going on, and they all rebooked. So that's good. I was very, very happy to hear that. Preston Iron, what's going on? You guys want to jump on? But it was amazing chatting with them, and I really do think that
it was basically
that podcast was kind of like. So here's about me.
There's a pod. It was just basically like a podcast interview. Like, let's have an interview, and Ernie's gonna get a job out of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Just
yeah. Basically, it's like okay. Yeah,
here's a little about me.
Yeah, let's talk Ernie up for an hour, and then get him a job. We can't not talk about like the coolest podcast probably like I've ever had and probably maybe I don't know if like will have.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Victor 3091?
3091.
What's up, dude? Was Liam Cormier from the Cancer Bats.
Oh God, yeah.
The lead singer, Liam Cormier, came and hang out with us and talked to us for like an hour and a half. Like, that dude is the epitome of positivity and just radness. Like, such a cool podcast. Was such an interesting guy to talk to. What's up, Dead Set? Dude.
Hey, if you want to come chat, jump on.
Do you want us to send you a message? You want to come chat? Let us know. We want to talk to you. Come talk to us.
That's funny. We were just talking about like
he's interested. He's interested in what we do and wants to also be part of the podcast community. Hopefully. Already did he leave? Who knows? I don't know. Did he leave? Did he stay?
I don't know.
Chat with us. Anyway, back to Liam Cormier. Liam, what?
Yeah, so you can click on it and see if he's still here.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. Anyway, you talked about Liam.
Yeah, Liam.
Liam is from a little band called the Cancer Bats. Now, Jeremy does not like this band whatsoever. He's just kind of, he's listened to them a couple times on the radio.
Yeah,
and he's
couple
just
times.
like, these guys are okay. Like I'm more of a Hanson guy, but
Yeah. Not that I didn't talk about like Such a
You were shaking the entire podcast.
first thing.
You were so happy.
Like, it was so cool that he even wanted to come and talk with us, spend his time. He's a busy guy. He's a full-time musician. He's a motorcycle enthusiast. Like, he's just like an all-around awesome dude. And just to have him come and chat with us, like, that was like,
that was a dream come true, wasn't it?
yeah. I couldn't have had anything better. I'm like, I could have just ended the podcast there and then.
I don't remember what number that one was, but it's just like,
Yeah.
this is 30, and this is the final 30.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is all we're doing. I'm done. We don't need to do any more podcasts. So.
But then it's crazy to say too, though, that we had Dead Set on Gaming, and
Yeah.
he's also in that realm as well too, right? Like he was the super fan, and he also shared your affinity with the cancer of the bats.
Yeah, absolutely. Another. I would say way more of a bigger fan than me. And the cool thing is him and I met in shows. That's actually how him and I met, and I started following him because like we were both big Cancer Bats fans, and
And he and I went to the same school apparently.
and that's how we met at shows, and I would talk to him, and like we would hang out, and I was like, hey man, like we do like it's like almost like a version
Like
of
a brotherhood.
Yeah, or like what is it called when someone's from like far away and then you send them like a
a long distance relationship.
No, pen pal. Do you want to come talk? Yo, you want to come talk? No, he's probably. I'm afraid. Even though you're very well spoken,
Yes.
I always say that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we met at the Cancer Bat shows,
Nice.
and then that Liam podcast. I know I'm mumbling about it, but that was such a
That
cool
was
experience.
a good one for you. And then
Yeah.
like to segue from that one, like my big one, that the guy that I've been following for a long time, Mr. DJ Rick Webb.
Oh yeah.
He sent a Dead Set on
I'm coming.
Gaming. I'm coming. Just wait. Hang on. No, what are you doing? Hit view.
Oh. Boom. DJ Rick Webb.
DJ Rick Webb.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was so happy when we booked that
What's
one.
up, man?
Coming for you guys.
Hey.
How you doing?
Sorry to bug you.
Yeah.
It's all good. Happy 50th.
Cheers,
Thanks,
man.
man. So are you outside somebody's house practicing for Halloween or what?
Are you sweating out there?
No, I just got home.
Oh,
Oh,
did you? Ah,
from
sorry,
work?
man.
Yeah, it's quieter out here.
There you go.
There
Oh,
you go.
Tim Hortons.
Oh,
Can't not have the Tims.
land of the free, the home of the cup.
Yeah, I had to slide in there before they closed, so
Good job,
There you
man.
go.
So how you doing? How's things going?
things are good. I mean, like with COVID and stuff, still can't really do much, but
Yeah.
getting some gaming in and hoping the Bats do like some sort of like stage show where we all just like pull up in our cars and drive into each other.
Yeah.
Could they do kind
Mosh
of what?
pit with cars?
Could they do kind of what? What like a drive-in type thing? Because I've heard of some comedians that are actually doing like a drive-in type deal where they have distance in between, so they'll have like every other spot. Now I don't know if you're making as much off of it, but at least it gets you like out in the public.
Yep.
Yeah, Metallica's doing something like that where they're not even playing in front of people, they're just playing on a screen, and tickets are like $115 a car.
What?
Well, if you get
Yeah.
4 people in a car,
Six people per car. They of course
Yeah.
they gotta
Jeez,
limit that.
man.
6 people per car for $100?
He said $1,600.
No, set 100.
Oh.
No.
He said $100 a car.
$115.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
I
a
was like-
car,
well, I
for
was
a
like,
car,
oh.
and that's 6 people max.
Oh, I thought you said.
But Metallica aren't even there. They're like on a screen. You're watching
Ah,
a video.
still-
on Metallica.
hey,
I can watch that on
Stay
TV
home
for free.
keep $115.
People are
That's not
dying to
worth
get
it.
out. People are dying to get out of their house, right?
Oh, is this like a haunted thing? No. Okay. Dying. Anyway. Yeah, I thought you said $1,600 per car. I was like,
1,600. Jeez.
I was like, whoa, what is like that?
Metallica better go
I
in
wouldn't
my
put it
car and
past
sing.
Metallica.
Yeah, I was like, I like Metallica, but not that much.
He better be riding shotgun, sitting along to the tape that I got in the deck.
Oh man. What else? What do you got going on, man? Like, what's going on with like you? I remember I don't want to break the news. I know you and I were having a conversation this week about maybe entering the realm of maybe a POW podcast. Like, I don't know. Do you want to get into it or no?
Yeah, I was playing around with the idea. I have a buddy of mine, and we just kind of like shoot the shit all the time, and we've always got something to talk about. We just never shut up. It's just back and forth banter all the time. And I'm like, man, if we were doing a podcast, we would have like 18 days worth of shit in fucking one
You're
day.
well spoken, man. You're well spoken. You could definitely earn it and burn it. I would listen to that. I would listen to. You should do a podcast on video games. That'd be so rad.
I want to do a podcast on just like randomly everything, because like
Yeah.
my friend, he's not like the biggest gamer in the world, right? So to get him and then start talking about games would not be that great for him.
I do have a
But I
gaming.
mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
if I end up doing a podcast, I'm sure like a lot of them are gonna have like gaming topics added in there. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I did have a question, and I've been asking a lot of my gaming friends, and no one can answer it. Maybe you can. I always forget his name. It's like, is it Doctor Distrust or something? Or he's an online
I know
gamer.
who you're talking about.
Do you know what happened with him?
No, not
Didn't he
even
get
at
kicked
all.
off Twitch or something? Or
Yeah, I think he just like joined YouTube, and even Ninja left whatever streaming platform he was on and just came back to Twitch.
oh,
Sorry, are these all like popular like Twitch
so
people?
these are like people that play online games, and he's like a gamer, and I'm trying to figure out what happened. Supposedly he left or something, or got kicked off Twitch. He's a really intense like online gamer. He has this like whole get up where he has like hair and like glasses, and like he's just like, but like I can't remember his name. Someone's probably gonna have to like check it into it for me, but he got like kicked off Twitch or something. I can't remember what platform he was on, and then he left, and people were like, I can't believe he's gone.
Was he playing music during the game? Is that why?
No. He's just intense. Like he's really good.
I just got my Facebook Live back, so I'm happy.
Do you watch a lot of online gamers stuff like that?
No, I don't really get a lot of time nowadays with work and whatnot, but that should change soon. I should get some free time to free up. But on top of that, I don't watch a lot of people. I mean, there are a lot of gamers I love watching just because they're just so entertaining.
Yeah.
But I'm more creating my own content. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was like, yeah, that's your genre. Yeah, of course you are, earning and burning.
So if you were to do one, would you do it like
Podcast me?
Yeah, the podcast. Would you do it kind of like green screen in the background so then you could get away with it, or are you kind of like, not to say that you're gonna like take over what we're doing here, but I'm just saying like the same setup, like where it's like two mics in one room and then you would have to figure it out for something else, or would you have it already like green screen behind you so you could do that sort of thing for you're already set up for gaming?
Well, it would actually just be like kind of like what's
Just
the best
audio
analogy
only?
I can come up with. I can't come up with one, but I'd be able to use it multi-purposely, like you know what I mean, be able to do my Twitch streaming at a higher caliber, and then be able to do this podcast as like a side gig thing that I just do for fun.
Oh, there
right?
you go. There you go. So it's just audio only kind of thing.
Yeah, him and his buddy.
Yeah. Not really gonna do like a video thing, more just like audio for a podcast. I mean, this idea only came up within the last 2 weeks, and just kind of piecing it all together and figure out what I could do with it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a initial investment, as I was saying to you this week. But once you kind of get it out off the road, once you start kind of getting it in your warehouse, things just kind of like flow. Like we can put together a podcast with the editing and everything we do in probably just like a couple hours, and then it's like posting it. Like we keep it pretty easy just by doing one every other week. But like some people do like 2 week, like Rogan, man.
Yeah, I know. I have another friend who does podcasts as well, and they're filming content just like 3-4 episodes in a week.
Yeah,
and just releasing them as soon as they get edited. They're just like, hey, here's some stuff. Listen to it, right?
like here's content.
The problem is our work schedule too, man. Like it's like even for me now, like I work 4 12-hour shifts, and then I got the kids, and then all like the house, and like I just can't do any more than 2 weeks right now. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be our thing going forward. Even after this 50th podcast, we're just gonna do it every other week, just because it's good content. There's no rushing, and it's not. And when people rush things, the quality doesn't get out there. And like, it's also like finding cool people to talk to, like yourself, where we can find someone, interact with them, see if they vibe. A lot of people ask me beforehand, they're like, "Hey, can I listen to your podcast before I come on?" Just so they can kind of get the idea of it. And then they're just like, "Man, you guys just like, are you friends with all these people you hang out with?" I'm like, "No, we just meet them and talk because we just like to hang out and chill." So
yeah, I don't want to release.
Yeah, it's a pretty chill podcast, and I mean, putting out like constant episodes, you're gonna lose quality, and you want quality over quantity in the end.
Yep.
Quality over quantity for everything.
Nikki Correa, you have a fan, my friend.
Dave, can you see that?
Korea?
Someone saying Dave
Yeah,
on your biggest.
She's my biggest fan.
Is that your lady?
No,
Oh,
that's a friend of mine. She's
Oh.
awesome.
okay.
This is her house.
Oh, sweet. I was like, this is awesome. I'm like, somebody I don't even know.
So I was right. You're at your house, so I was kind of right.
Yeah,
You're not asking for candy, mind you, but
yeah. Ring the doorbell so we can
Yeah,
get.
I'm
yeah.
handing out candy to like the bunnies and
Yeah.
also the random wild.
so what you need to do is you need to turn around, go knock on the door, say trick or treat, and then when they come to the door, be like, "I have a treat for you. You're on the PM&A podcast."
Merry
I'm
Christmas.
Myself tonight, boys.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna have to go to the neighbors.
okay.
Get
Don't
We'll
do
wait.
it.
We'll wait.
podcast.
Don't-
Say
We'll
hi.
wait.
Don't get yourself hurt. I don't recommend going out in the street or
He's
playing in
live.
traffic.
We got you. We got you.
Don't play in
We'll
traffic.
drive down and help you. Go ahead. See how it goes. And go.
What, down the road and like go knock on a random
Don't do it.
door or
I'll
something.
sing him a song.
Don't do it. Don't do it. What's up? There's a lot of people joining in. What's up,
No,
everybody?
I don't want to piss off the homeowners. Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's the thing about like.
You don't live there, though. So what are you worried
Ask
about?
me again later in the year, and I'll totally do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Like when you own a house, you don't
You
like.
can hold me to that too. I'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, what's going on? What kind of like?
This is called the Disruptive Podcast.
Yeah, we're no longer positive anymore, everybody.
We're knocking on doors.
Yeah. What's up, Metalhead Hottie? How are you? Thanks for
PMA.
hanging out with us. What's up? We're hanging out. We're just talking to people. We're just like saying what's up to like past guests. 50th podcast. I can't believe we made it this far, but I'm still like shocked.
To get the people that we did, like the quality of guests that we got.
I'll be honest. 25 in, I'm like, I don't know who else I know.
Yeah, 10 in. I'm like, well, I guess we're done.
Do we even know any more
I'm
people?
like, I don't know if I can get a hold of anybody. And then, to be honest, I'm just throwing darts in the dark. Like, if that's the analogy that I'm using, like, we got a guy coming on I've never met before. I don't want to give out the secret, but like, the dude does like closed security for like intense people who are like pretty like, hey, what's up? Like people who are like really high up, like in the public eye. That's all I'm gonna kind of say. And like he does like some pretty heavy stuff, and he's gonna come on and talk to us, like just like somebody like that who's influential in the world, and not just like not to like say like it's not cool to hang out with somebody who's like lives down the street or like owns like a business, but like we have some like
We have some people that are some pretty deep into science.
yeah. Science. I think you'll like one of the next podcasts we're putting out. We had the Brown Brothers who do a podcast called The Brown Brothers
The Haunted
the
Hour.
Haunted Hour. The dude has some stories.
Oh.
Like that podcast was scary.
It could be a series, the podcast that we did. I think.
Like I
To make it like a 3-part series on just
yeah.
that.
Well,
It was-
it's just like the different genres. So we could go into aliens, we can go into hauntings,
video
and
games,
yeah.
food. This is now a food podcast. No, it's not. Like
No more DMA, it's FMA.
Food, and door knocking.
yeah, you're gonna knock on a door and go ask
Yeah.
for some food.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
say,
there we go.
Say, hey, what do you got in your fridge?
Yeah, yeah. No,
That's
you
the new
don't ask.
podcast.
You don't say. You say the PM&A podcast would like to see what's in your fridge, and if you have a potential of winning,
They're gonna go viral.
yeah. Tell them
It's gonna go viral.
tell them we'll send them some money. We're not gonna send it, but we'll just tell them we're there.
Doesn't have to be
Giving
real
away
money.
Future ideas, man. Hold
Dude, this-
on to it.
this
Use
guy's
it
got-
on the next one.
I am the
guy's-
idea factory. That is the other thing too. So I was going through our podcast. I was going to try and make our 50th, but it kind of fell through because
Yeah,
the laptop fell
we were gonna
through.
do like a smorgasbord of all the
Yeah.
episodes,
but like going through,
Oh, you should have just got all the guests you've ever had and have them in this chat right now.
well,
that'd be too much talking though. Like that'd be
Yeah.
like because
Where's
if
Liam at? Let's get him in here.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You message him right now, see if you
yeah,
can get him on.
if he comes on,
Can you talk with more than 2 people on like a live?
yeah. I think so. Okay, you?
Oh, he's gonna message
Absolutely,
him.
you can.
Yeah, he might be busy. I'll message him. No, I don't want to bother him. You message him. You're tighter with him than I am.
Remember, he's in Halifax, so he's like, what, an hour or 2 ahead of us?
Oh,
I
yeah, he
have
might
a-
be in bed.
I have a podcast for us. It's going to be all 3 of us now. You're going to have to be live on location.
Yeah, man.
Now, hang on.
You're coming down to Cambridge this weekend, right? Maybe?
Yeah, I am coming to Cambridge this weekend.
Are you?
I gotta work.
I wanted my PM&A hat.
Yeah.
Now I'm not getting it.
Why not?
Because you didn't have it. You told me you didn't have it.
Well, I might have it. Hang on.
Alright.
I'll message you
I'll
later.
Be down tomorrow.
Don't message me because I'm gonna be home in Cambridge.
I'll figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. Hang on. I'll message you later. I think I got an idea. So Well, I'll message
And then
you
give
later
it to
about
me,
it.
and then he can.
Yeah, I'll message you later about it. What's up, old man Dexter?
Old man Dexter.
What's up, brother? So,
I
going.
recognize that name from the last time you guys did a live one.
Hang on. Don't let me lose this train of thought. So here's.
Is he the one with the beard?
I don't know. There's
Old
a lot of
man
people with
Dexter?
beards, man. There's a lot of people with
Yeah.
really rad beards who follow this
Yeah.
podcast. Really
You just
rad
kind of
beards.
described like half of like the people I work with.
Is it crazy to think that people with beards would listen to your podcast?
No.
Why is
No.
it crazy? What's going on here?
So here's my idea. Our episode is going to be called "Have You Heard of the Cancer Bats?" Now you're going to have to dress up in a suit, and we're going to have to get you a fake microphone. Now we're going to go kind of like we're still in the Evan show. Sorry, buddy. So you're going to walk around with the mic, and you're going to go up to doors. You're going to be like, "Excuse me, have you heard of?" Now they're going to expect you to say Jesus. We're not going there. You have to say, "Have you heard of the Cancer Bats?" Now.
What do they say when they come to the door? Hi there. Have you heard about my Lord and Savior, Liam Cormier? Is that what you say?
Yes.
So pretty much it's like me on a day-to-day basis wearing like a Cancer Bats shirt.
Yes.
And
I
people are
just
just
wear
like,
the Cancer
I
Bats
hear you.
shirts.
yo, who
I
are
hear
the
it.
Cancer Bats?
Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
So you're saying you're down.
We're gonna have to up the quality on the video, though. We're gonna have to buy him a camera and get him a camera guy.
Yeah, we'll have to get like
I got a camera. It's got my phone.
Yeah, but like,
It's kind of choppy.
we want to get you a 4K
T&E,
camera.
right?
We're gonna invest in you. We're gonna invest in you.
Could be
Yeah,
you.
could be investors.
So there was one time I met the T&E, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went into this like the little Nintendo booth that they had there.
Mm.
So I'm just like, oh, video games. I'm obviously gonna gravitate toward that. And I'm wearing a Cancer Bats shirt as per usual. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I love your shirt." I'm like, "You like the Cancer Bats?" He's like, "Oh no, I thought that was a shirt just about cancer because like my mom had cancer." And I'm like,
Oh no. Oh no.
I had
awkward.
I had a similar story, almost like the exact same thing. But I was at work and I was wearing a cardigan and I had a pin that said I had a Cancer Bats pin. And I was doing like, I don't know why, I was like doing front reception for some reason, answering phones because they needed me to go up there for some stupid reason. So I'm sitting there. I got like my faux hawk, like my full on like Liam faux hawk that I grew out and like combed it over. I'm wearing like this black like cardigan. I got this big Cancer Bats pin. This lady comes up and goes, "Oh, that's very nice of you to support cancer research. What is the Cancer Bats?" I was like,
Did you play it off? Did you lie?
I'm like, "Oh, yeah, this is a hardcore band.
It's a charity
buddy."
run by
It's a
the Mojo.
baseball
Yeah.
tournament
So what they do is they
cancer.
play music and then they raise money in awareness of
You should have said it's
awesomeness.
a baseball game for cancer.
baseball game. Oh yes, never thought of that.
Took you a minute for that one.
Yeah, I was
didn't
like, wait a minute, don't know what
so,
you're talking about.
So here's how I see us ending our segment. We find out where. Well, you're not gonna be able to find out where he lives, but we'll have to find out like if Liam is at like a venue nearby, and then we go up to his door last, and then you go up. Have you met our Lord and Savior, Liam? And all of a sudden you're like,
Excuse me, but do you have time to listen to the speakings of the Cancer Bat?
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
and you gotta have like a book, but on the front of the book is just the Cancer Bats logos and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we got something here.
I think we got something here.
You're like, yo,
I-
Spawn, get the hell out
I,
of
I
here.
think
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah.
moving forward in the best direction
meet Dr.
ever.
Watts.
So what else you guys got planned for your 50th podcast?
This is it.
This is it, my friend. Just hanging
We've
out.
talked to
Same thing we
you're a
always do.
second person hanging out. We're just shooting the shit. This podcast. We just wanted to like say thank you to so many people.
Yeah.
And we were saying it was funny like we were saying thank you to you before. We were talking about you, and then you came on, and then we were talking about Melissa V, who is the lady who's involved with the paranormal and certain objects. We were literally talking about her, and then she jumped on to say what's up. Like we've
that was
had
a
like
good one.
yeah, that was a really good one. That's a lot of numbers on that one. Like a lot of numbers.
We wanted to get her back on again, but I don't know if like she's allowed to express her opinions right now. I don't know because she's doing her own podcast.
She actually said
too.
that she's just waiting for more scary stuff to happen to her. Really, that's
kinda
basically what she
frightening.
said. I'm like, I wouldn't want that on myself, so I'm not sure why you want that on you, but that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay. What about you, man? What do you got going on for your 2 Instagram accounts? Anything big happening up? Got some stuff on the way?
Well, I took a little bit of a break for COVID.
Yeah, that
'cause
makes
a lot
sense.
of my pictures involve having to go out in public and take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to be anywhere near you, no matter what you're doing, and that's okay. I'm not really a people person to begin with, but I've gotten back in the swing of taking pictures for Dead Set, and I just recently posted like one of my super rare items that I have for the cancer bats on Cancer Bat Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, just slowly getting back into it now that that COVID's dying out a little bit.
Yeah, man. No, keep up the stuff you're doing. Like, and I think that is an amazing idea. You starting a podcast. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a banger.
So we've kind of had a theme all night. So
Yeah.
So this isn't coming out of left field. What are you dressing up as for Halloween?
Yeah, what are you doing? He doesn't want to tell us.
He's a slutty nurse.
I honestly haven't even thought about it.
A
at
slutty
this
age
point.
nurse.
Like, aren't we still in August?
That's
Well, I don't. We just did a scary podcast last week, so
Yeah,
we
we're
were
still
just
on the
asking.
thing.
We just started talking about Halloween with our buddy from
So
the
what
Bearded
I'm gonna
Lumberjack.
do, I'm gonna find my best friend, and we're gonna dress up as you guys.
Oh.
How you gonna do that?
We're just gonna have beards, PM&A hats,
Yeah.
drinking coffee and wave maker. It's gonna be sweet.
Okay, that's well. You could just come hang out with us, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have to dress up.
I could. Yeah.
Then we'd be twinsies.
Is it what triplets?
Triplets.
That's triplets.
Yeah.
Have you ever met triplets?
No, it's kind of creepy.
Ooh. Menage. Oh, no, never mind.
No.
Anyway, never
That's
mind.
some deep south stuff.
So is this going up on iTunes and stuff?
Go
too?
Habs,
All
go.
over, my friend.
Go
Yeah,
Habs, go.
Yeah. Hey, any Canadian team right now, my friend.
Jake
I
Quay
could
Warm.
take anybody. Toronto decided that they didn't want to play
They
anymore.
didn't show up that last.
They
game.
just wanted their draft pick that they didn't get.
Oh, what a game!
It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, I even
Can't
had
believe
people over to watch it. Like we all went over to my place. I set up the projector outside, and I'm like, "Oh, this will be fun." No, it wasn't fun. Well, it was fun hanging out, but
Yeah.
the game wasn't fun.
Yeah, beer's nice. What a terrible game.
But did you see that other game with what was it, Tampa? And it went to like 1 million overtime.
I was working. I was getting the updates of it at work, and I'm like, "Oh, we're going into the 11th inning stretch."
Who the Habs played the best game today? Who are you talking about, big guy?
Who did the Habs
Or
play?
lady.
I don't know if I picked
Lady
them
or
in
man?
my,
Sorry, we don't know your
Yeah,
job.
whatever Zimzer, whatever.
JQ Worm. What are you talking about?
They,
Habs?
I
Habs
can't
Habs
remember
played
who
today?
they played. I can't remember who they're playing in
The
the
Habs
series
played
right
today?
now. Yeah,
I think it was like
they
5
did.
games today.
Oh,
Yeah. I did a hockey pool this year with somebody from work, and because I don't really watch any other teams other than mostly just the Canadian ones, and I'm not a huge fan of the Habs just because I'm a Toronto fan. But I'm willing to cheer for any Canadian team at this point, just because I just really am sick of all the Americans taking every Stanley Cup. Even
I
though,
think Vancouver's still in there.
yes, Vancouver and Calgary, who's doing very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those
be able to
those
tell
Las
you.
Vegas the Golden Knights, like didn't they win last year?
Oh, they're killing it this year too.
Are they just stacked? Like I don't know much about sports. I'm gonna come clean. Like I'm a Canadian. I drink coffee, but I can't really skate. I don't know much about hockey, but aren't they like stacked? Isn't the team stacked?
Who?
The
Washington?
the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
No, they're just young. They're just a young team.
Oh.
And they have an amazing goalie too. Like
Is it
Fleury
Tuukka?
is. Fleury
Oh,
is.
Fleury?
Whew, he's so good.
I thought it was Tuukka Rask they got.
No, Tuukka Rask plays for Boston.
I didn't think he was.
We broadcast
So as
from
long as I know.
Cambridge, and it's an hour away from Toronto. But Montreal is playing Philly.
Playing or played?
Is playing. It's the series.
Oh.
So
Played. I think is the game over?
I guess so because they said that they played their best game today. I don't know if that means they won or lost. I don't know what that means, but I guess I probably should because I'm hoping to make $200 off of this game. So I don't know.
Ooh. A little bit of money going on.
Oh, you're
in Kitchener. What's up, man?
Do you see the chat as well? Just a question.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see it right here.
Okay, so just so we're not saying,
Oh, I guess-
in Kitchener, they're
I
like
guess it's
they're
not
just
there for you
they,
guys.
have, they have some random Tourette's over there, I guess.
Yeah,
they've
we had
developed.
we were talking to a guy before, and we had like 3 people like talking to us. So I'm like talking to the chat. What's up, man? we're talking to the chat, but then also we're talking to the guy that was like, we're waving, not waving to you.
Hi!
Not waving.
Hi at both of you.
The guy said, puts
No,
up.
I know you're not waving at me. You're waving at hey guys. Yeah.
Oh, you waving? Let's all wave.
Everybody wave.
Oh god. But and then it's like I'm talking to the chat, and then Ernie's trying to talk to the guests. He's like, we should probably talk to the person that's talking to us, not the other people. But that's hilarious, man.
It's convenient that I can see the chat at least. So I'm like,
Yes.
oh,
You know, like these guys are just talking to nobody.
They're not just they're drinking again.
No, I'm not. Just coffee today. Just drinking some coffee.
It's the ghost. Now you can have her back on the show.
No, it has to happen to her, not to us.
So,
Oh,
spoiler alert.
get her in on this.
Spoiler alert. So this podcast is coming out today. This one here. This is going to come out live.
Yeah, we're releasing this
posting
one
it tonight. And then the podcast that's coming out in 2 weeks, some creepy stuff happens during recording. And I'm not just saying that just to like to boost it.
No.
But like, yeah, like Homeboy has got some stories and he knows a lot about this kind of stuff, like the paranormal. And in recording, something happened.
I'm gonna give you a little teaser.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even say it. I don't have to say it.
Yeah.
Just listen, okay? This is what happens while we're recording. There's nobody home.
Nobody home.
Nobody.
Are you okay? But hold on. Are you sure
Dude,
it wasn't me spreading the gospel of cancer?
it was you. I know it was you.
But it was set downstairs in here.
Yeah, I was in my basement.
How'd you get past the husky?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Right?
so it's at a certain part of the podcast. And what's up, Castle Freak? Nice, I like your face.
like
yeah,
your
you listen.
face.
Well, look at his
Oh,
like.
right,
I'm a
right,
huge
right,
hockey
right.
fan. Habs don't deserve to be in there, but that's
Yo,
a
Castle
team.
Freak is the shit. That guy is awesome.
What?
He just said he's good.
Oh,
If
cool.
if you get a chance, Castle Freak does these awesome videos.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty rad.
Invite him on. Let's
He
invite
was
him
he just jumped on for some like he's just hanging out with us.
I wonder if I can.
on. We can do it. Invite him on, Jer.
Was he talking to us? Do
Yeah.
you think you want to?
He's coming on now.
Okay, we're gonna do it. Hang on.
We
Yo,
got
he's cool shit. I like him a lot. He's a good guy. Yo,
Castle
you can
Freak
get
says
on.
love your day. Yeah, we're
Get on
doing
here,
it.
bro.
Hang on. The X on the bottom left-hand corner. Bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, I'm
bottom
hitting a whole
left-hand corner.
bunch of shit, and I'm not able to get him in here.
Hang on.
He's doing he's
There we go.
doing videos
Okay.
for this band called like Blood
So,
Opera. I think it's
not
called
letting
Blood
me-
Opera. Like, you
not
should check it out.
message.
It's awesome.
It's not letting me.
It's not messages.
It's not letting me.
The people? No, the head, the blue head.
Oh, okay. He's busy. He's busy.
Oh, okay.
You should definitely, you guys, if you get a chance, you should get him on your podcast. He's awesome.
All right. Well, write your name down, buddy. If you want to come and chat with us, I'll shoot you a DM from the podcast. We'd love to have you on. We, like I say,
Message ourselves. No, won't let me add anybody.
oh no, okay, that's all good. We're more than happy to talk to Dave with our amazing ideas of pissing off his neighbor. Tetris.
And
Go.
So guys, for some reason Instagram wasn't cool with us having too many people to chat with.
That
for
was
some reason.
weird. Why?
People live.
Yeah, but look at Facebook though. Facebook will.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura. Facebook will boot me for
Yeah.
playing music, even though I'm not
Unfortunately,
being paid to do
it is not letting us talk to anybody live.
With Murphy's Law Moonshine, that was a good one. That guy from out in Elmira, there, my buddy from
Yeah,
there.
Ben.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
was a
your
really,
podcast.
really, really good podcast. We said, did we talk to Tex Lexus?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Text Lexus. Live is great. Yeah, I know, and it just booted. Like it won't let us now. It won't let us like talk with
Dave,
anybody live.
we can't add you to the thing because it's
Keeps
you
crashing it.
Just join the live chat with us. We can't add you to the thing because the government heard about us talking about aliens, so they've banned us from bringing people on.
Yeah, we got a message from the Pentagon saying,
Yeah.
shut up.
They said, knock it off.
Yeah.
That nobody wants to hear about aliens, and you're not supposed to talk about it. And Area 51 stop storming it. So
Yeah, I don't know. They don't
that was
like
weird.
us. But anyway,
I've never had that before where it cut me off for that. But yeah, we had Ben from Joyful Awe Music.
Joy Awe Music.
Is it Joy Awe or Joyful
Joy
Awe?
Joy Awe.
Hey Jen, we were chatting about you earlier.
Yeah. So that's funny. Like, dang it. Like all of a sudden, like now that we're like,
I know.
we can't go live now with anybody.
I know.
Yeah. Castle Freak, thanks for the follow there, big guy. It's just we were just kind of going over going over like the last 50 podcasts.
The guests that we
not
had,
to
right?
repeat, but the people I'm just talking to the people that are just getting in here now.
Is that Chris?
Yo, Chris Van Dyke, what's up, dude?
You froze our podcast.
Yeah, you froze our podcast,
Chris.
bro.
Yeah.
No, that was Dave. Dave froze.
That's
it.
what I said. Dave said I froze the podcast. Can you read that?
I can't read it right, so I apologize.
Speak slowly for this one.
Easy.
Yeah, we had Santa Claus on twice.
So, yeah, just like warning, if you're going back and listening to the podcast, just like listen to the Santa Claus one, maybe away from like, like little kids or like children in the area that don't want to hear swear words.
It's not the most
Santa's not PG in that one.
Santa had a couple drinks and probably did some cocaine. We're not really sure. Are we gonna have Santa back on this year?
Actually, I believe so. I've got his phone number now. We've been exchanging. We've been jumping in each other's DMs.
Oh, yikes!
And he's actually
Ew.
gotten himself into rehab.
Santa's in rehab.
He's I don't know if you heard the last one. If you haven't, obviously jump on there and listen to that one. It was an eye opener.
Santa's got 4 months to get himself cleaned up because then he's got to jump around the world. So
Dave just asked who sponsored the 50th. So our regular sponsors that we have.
Yep.
The Pentagon also sponsored us. They said you need to talk about aliens at least 3 times, and don't talk to Dave or we're going to boot you from live.
Yes, available on all streaming platforms. We are also we got our 2 sponsors: the Bearded Lumberjack, guy who does all the beard oil for us, and then Wavemaker Brewery in Preston, Ontario,
Who also have some more beer coming out very, very soon.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
said. So another sour.
Get
I
down
believe,
there.
Actually. I don't know if I'm giving any spoilers.
get off
or
your
whatever.
ass and fill your glass,
Get off
guys.
your ass and fill your glass.
Yeah, get down Wavemaker.
But yeah, the Santa Claus one, not for the kids.
Yep.
But a very, very entertaining podcast if you're looking for one. We had Melissa V. We had John Watson, our best friend. Oh, I do too, Dave. I missed the Punch from
Yeah, me
Wavemaker.
too.
It was Punch was the very first beer that I tried from them. It was actually the first beer, believe it or not, that I actually enjoyed that was a craft beer.
Yeah.
It was the first
That was
one I
Ernie's
had from,
first
yeah.
IPA experience. There's a
Is
new
it
sour on
Wednesday?
Wednesday? This Wednesday or next Wednesday? Where are you getting this information
I'm so
from?
happy.
How do you have more information than
Yes.
us?
How do you know that?
Hey, she's got an in.
She's got an in.
We're supposed to have an in.
Yeah, we knew
Yeah,
that too.
we don't know anything.
We already knew.
I'm gonna ask for more information from now on.
We're just playing dumb, Laura. We just pretend that we didn't know.
I'm gonna ask for more information. I'm like, hey man, oh yeah, okay, thanks a lot, Steve.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, how nice. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, Steve, we know Scott. So
Actually, I was talking to Matt. He had his dog out there last weekend. I was hanging out
did
with
he?
Matt.
That's a cute
Shout
pup.
out to Matt from Wavemaker.
Shout out to Matt. Shout out
But
to
anyway, yeah, Russ, what's up? People, if they want to go back and listen to old podcasts, they're a little sketchy. It's cool to see where we've come from. They're all on YouTube. They're not all over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts because we don't have enough data to kind of hold the amount of podcasts that we've made. But YouTube, all the podcasts are on YouTube. Go back and listen to them. Go back and listen to them and then laugh at us for making them. What's up, Amanda? Go back and listen to the old podcasts on YouTube and just tell us what you think and be like, you should do this or different. The funny thing is I posted something on my personal Instagram. I was like, what do you guys I didn't even make it sound like I was asking questions about our podcast. I was like, anyone have any interesting podcasts that are spooky and scary? And then people were giving me tips on what for us to make as a podcast that's spooky and scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What were they?
They're just local scary stories and
Just a podcast about a story or a podcast on a
if
person
anybody's
or something?
listening to this and knows any local scary stories or any scary lore from the area, let us know. We want to have you on before Halloween so we can talk about more scary stuff because that's a lot of fun.
And Dave said you guys grew a lot over the podcast. We really did.
Cheers, man.
And thank you, man. It's
Yep.
it does mean a lot when people go even if when you say that you guys need to stop yawning or you guys need to stop drinking.
it does mean a lot to us when people even just any kind of general comment, because it lets us know that you're listening, and it lets us know that you're not just like, you guys suck and I'm not listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Crossover.
100%.
Yeah, X podcast. That's right.
100%, my friend.
I think the coolest thing was when Hambone was like, yeah, I listened to your podcast. I was like, what? You listen to our podcast? Like, when anybody says anything like that, like, not to hash, I don't think we need to hash over the rest of the episodes.
No, you don't want to give a shout out to everybody we've had on?
I think that's a little, cumbersome.
We had Daryl.
Do one more. You can shout out. I'll let you shout out one more.
You want to know?
And I'll shout out one more.
Okay, so I have to touch the DJ Rick Webb.
Don't touch anybody.
I have to touch.
Oh, yeah. DJ Rick Webb. What's up, man?
DJ Rick Webb.
Yep.
He is a very, very huge reason why my DJing is at the level I'm at. Now I have a lot of other. I have the company 586 that I'm working for. They did a lot of training with me, but DJ Rick Webb, from the very beginning when I started this, other than my very, very good friend Cash,
say very one more time.
Very, very, very good friend Cash. DJ Rick Webb he put out a lot of content that wasn't just showing off what he was doing. He was also teaching from everything that he's learned how not to do it. Mm-hmm. And for him to come on this podcast and sit down with me, it was another one almost to the degree, because I haven't been following him as long as you've been following Liam, but almost to the degree of Liam, because I know I kind of took that one over just because of how much of a super fan I was.
Yeah.
But for him at the end of that podcast to say that he's done a whole bunch because he's been on this COVID thing, to say that this was a very run podcast, and he does his own. Like, and his is really well done. Like, he does, like, cameras and stuff like that. Like, and the editing value and the videos that he puts out on YouTube are, like, top. Now, he pays people to put stuff out.
Yep.
For him to give the compliment to us that he gave, that meant the world to me. And now I'm, like, from
Did
super
you go home
fan.
and cry?
I kind of did. I hugged my DJ Rick Webb pillow.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's in my bed.
All right, that's fair enough. Yeah, man. That was an honor to have him say some nice things. A guy for his caliber of YouTube, like thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, and the stuff he puts out to say, hey, you guys are doing a good job. That was like a nod towards us, like a tip of the old cap.
And I don't want to say like he's more important because he has more followers, but it's just from somebody who has that many
in that
eyes,
kind of industry.
Yes, and in that type of industry that I've looked up to for that long.
Yep.
And learned from.
Yep.
To say that what we're doing is working, and it's that he thought it was good.
Yep.
That meant a lot to me.
Yep.
But even like I was saying, like even the comments in our DMs as well, right to our Instagram, they mean a lot to us as well. We welcome it, like you say, like and positive. Like I say, if it's you guys are doing great or you guys are dropping the ball on this,
Chris,
you need
I don't
to do
know.
this.
Chris, I don't know if you're still here, Chris. But we gave you just like. You missed out. I gave you like a huge shout out. You're just like a huge part of our podcast
Yep.
with like talking to me and giving us feedback right from the beginning, and like your insight. And I really appreciate Chris always giving us good feedback and insight. Like that's just been a huge asset for us for the podcast. And I'm gonna shout out one more person. So the Evan Show was also a really cool podcast, and Jake from Press X to Get High, and just those cool guys that are from Hamilton, just some really rad dudes just doing it on their own and making some really cool content. I definitely recommend going and watching the YouTube channel, the Evan Show.
Press X to Get High as well. They're live Twitch.
Yep.
They're pretty funny guys.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-hour long podcast.
We've had some amazing people on the podcast, and I think just a general just like thank you to everyone that's helped us come this far, and we'll see you in another 50 episodes.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to another 50. Like I say, we've met some really cool people, and I really look forward to meeting some really new people as well.
Yep.
And rehatch with some people that we haven't talked to in a while either. Like it's.
Yeah, I want to have some.
Excited for the future. I'm very excited.
I want to have some people back on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for talking with us. All the people that jumped in on the live. Here's another 350. Yeah, 350 no scope, or is it 360 no scope? I don't know anything. See you later, Dave. Thanks for joining in the end of our podcast, Barbara Baby. We don't know you.
Yeah, thank you everybody on Instagram Live for coming and hanging out with our random nonsense.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Enjoy the next couple. Enjoy the podcast coming up. It's gonna be awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.